Have you ever had a situation where there was so many things on your to-do list and you just couldn't quite get them all done? Well, that's very common. Actually, most people have more things on their to-do list than they'll ever have time for. It's just the nature of life. We have complex lives with a lot of different things that we've got to accomplish. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some key insights from the book, The One Thing, by Gary Keller, that you can apply in your life so that you can accomplish more of what's important to you. Without further ado, let's get into action. All right, so what we're going to be talking about today is key insights from The One Thing. And we've got three things we're going to cover. There's a lot of great stuff in this book. I have both the hard copy and the audiobook. For some books, I'll listen to the audiobook, and if I think it's a really good book, I'll also get the audiobook or vice versa. I'll also get the physical book or vice versa. I actually bought multiple copies of this book and sent them to some clients because I really think it's important, because some of the key concepts. One of the key concepts we'll be talking about today is the focusing question. Number 2 is the success habit. And number 3 is the path to great answers. So take some notes and put these ideas in action, because if you know something, that's great, but if you're not putting it into action, then it's not serving you. So here's the one thing. This is the focusing question. And I think this is really valuable because, I'm a business coach and marketing advisor, and I get to work with a lot of successful business owners from around the country. And the common challenge that a lot of them have is that they're trying to do too many things at the same time. And I know that I have that challenge as well. I'm a visionary. I see things. I get excited about it. They're shiny objects. I've got a passion for putting ideas into action, but we can only do so many things at one time. So the focusing question is really a way for us to get focus and clarity. And here's what it is. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will become easier or unnecessary? Because success is built sequentially. It's one thing at a time. And if you see the stack of dominoes here, it's kind of how that works. If you can think of the small little domino that you can start and take action on, the compounding impact of dominoes is tremendous. This small little domino can knock down this slightly bigger domino, can knock down this slightly bigger domino, etc., until this huge domino is finally knocked down. Now that's the power. So this sounds simple and it sounds basic, but if you really put focus to it and start making this a habit, it will change your life. It'll change how life occurs for you. So this is a quote from Gary Keller. Extraordinary results happen only when you give the best you have to become the best you can be at your most important work. So really working to change yourself, your habits, your actions, and then results start to change. It's a paradigm shift. It's not about working harder or doing more work. It's about changing who you are in your habits and how you interact with things. So that's the focusing question. That's worth writing down and living by. And now I want to ask you, what is one thing that you would love to bring into your world? What is one thing that you would love to bring into your world? Chances are you have something in your life that has been elusive. Maybe it's a goal that you've been working on for some time, something that you really would like to see in your life, but it's not quite there yet. We can start making it happen by defining what that one thing is, and then not being overwhelmed by all the different things you need to do to get there, but by focusing on the one thing and taking that one action. So if you haven't done so yet, go to our YouTube channel and connect. We have podcasts and YouTube channel, and go to growthamplifiers.com/connect, learn more, and like and subscribe. We appreciate that. And we're going to move to our success habit. Now, this comes from the book again. the one thing. And the success habit is really taking the one thing question and it's asking the question for various aspects of your life. What is the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will become easier or unnecessary for your spiritual life, for your physical life, for your personal life, for your relationships, for your job, for your business, for your finances. So this is the power of the habit. And this is what the book is really all about, is getting focus and clarity on what's the most important thing that you could be doing that would have the biggest impact. We think about doing things all the time. We want to be active, but a lot of the times we overextend ourselves trying to do too many things, kind of like juggling, and then we don't quite get the result that we're looking for. So people do not decide their futures. They decide their habits, and their habits decide their futures. So that's why this asking the one thing question becomes a habit. Because when you're constantly thinking about what's the one thing I could be doing that would have the biggest impact in the different areas of your life, they'll start to make a difference. And it sounds simple, but simple is a good thing. If it was complicated, then we wouldn't do it. So if we just get in the habit of really thinking, what's the most important thing that I could be doing right now with my time? Because time management is an illusion, right? Time management is an illusion. There's only so many hours in the day. We all have a certain amount of hours in a day, and we can't make more time. So we've got to prioritize our time and think about how can we use it more effectively. So that's the success habit, is thinking about asking the question, what is the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will become easier or unnecessary? And don't just hear that question. I challenge you to really think about that. Like write it down and then think about that for what is around the corner for your day today. And actually apply that. Really think about that. What's the one domino that if you started doing that will make everything else just a little bit easier or unnecessary? And we're going to go to number 3, the path to great answers. This is to think big and be specific. Really thinking about your goal, whatever that is in your world, whether that's with your finances, with your relationship, with your career. What do you want to achieve? And make that big. You've heard it before. You can shoot for the moon. If you don't make it quite to the moon, at least you'll make it further than if you were just shooting for the tree. So there's the doable, right? When we're thinking about goals, there's the doable. It's playing it safe. We know we can do that. Then there's the stretch goals. Get us to stretch a little bit. But Gary suggests in the book, The One Thing, to be thinking about even going beyond that and really thinking about what is even possible, getting out of your comfort zone, because that will have you asking bigger questions, thinking bigger thoughts, and taking bigger action. And we don't need to be doing everything overnight. We just need to be focusing on the one thing. So we think big, we think specific, we think possibilities, and then we benchmark. We benchmark by finding someone else that has walked that path, finding someone else that has achieved that result, finding someone else that we can model after and start seeking the answers. What are the things that they've done in order to get the results that they're looking for? Nobody is any better than anyone else. We all have the same 24 hours into the day. And we all have different skill sets we bring to the table. If we think about modeling our actions after what other successful people have done, we'll start getting results that other successful people have achieved. So if you're looking to get in shape, you would start looking at benchmarks of other people that are in shape and have healthy bodies, mind, and spirit. And not just about bodies, but in the mind too, that they're not comparing their bodies, that they're not getting stressed out about how much they're eating, but they're driven by their vision of living a healthier life. If there's a successful entrepreneur that we're modeling, we're looking at the actions that they're taking on a regular basis. We're looking that they're thinking big, prioritizing, systemizing, and delegating. And they're doing so with confidence, being afraid to take risks, being okay to take risks, being okay to fail, because failure is how we learn. So there's success leaves clues. So my question for you, if you're chiming in comments, is what helps you get and stay focused? What helps you get and stay focused? I'd like to see your comments in the comment field. This has been some highlights from the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller, and really helping focus on getting clarity on what's the most important thing that you could do that would make everything else easier or unnecessary. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. Please put in your comments. Any comments would be appreciated. Likes and subscribes are definitely appreciated. And I wish you an awesome and amazing day. Keep on amplifying and take the actions you need to create the life that you want to live. To show your support, take a moment to amplify this message by sharing it online. To connect with me or gain more business growth insights, visit www.growthamplifiers.com. Thank you for your support.